Hello and welcome to my channel. In this video, I am going to be doing the first book haul I've done in actually a little bit of time. Don't go and check when the last one was. I want to feel good about this. But I've been pretty good for a bit about not buying books, and then it kind of all crashed and burned, which is usually how it goes. I did a couple of book outlet orders, went to Half Price Books a few times, and there were some books I was specifically looking for as well, in addition to a couple more review copies that were sent to me. But I'm going to talk through everything and go through, they're all kind of mixed together, so it's in no particular order, but I'll mention what they were from. And we're going to start with something I'm really excited for, and that is, if you've seen recently, I started the Wars of Light and Shadow by Jenny Wurtz, and been looking at getting some more of those books. And this is it's technically book 2, but book 2 is split in all other formats to 2 different books, so this is kind of 2 books, because this thing is freaking huge. This one I posted a picture comparing it. It's like the same size as Rhythm of War, and just a massive book. But I am just stunned that I got this particular edition, which I really wanted, in really good condition. I feel like I got so lucky. I love these covers too. Apparently on the her studio website you can actually get prints, which I'm going to be looking into because love her artwork, which Jenny Wurtz also does the art for them, so I'm really excited there. And then I also got the next couple of books, including Fugitive Prince, which has got a pretty nifty cover here as well. This one, which is like, this definitely looks like a used book, whereas the other one looks practically new. But then we get Grand Conspiracy, which actually honestly feels almost like I picked this up at a bookstore brand new. So the fact that I've actually gotten this lucky, I've had to look a lot, because a lot of these are you can find them, but they're like outrageously expensive for really poor quality copies. But another fantastic edition. I really like this one, the cover itself, but then like the back part, I absolutely love this as well. So really excited to continue this series. The first one was very good and is just kind of was barely scratching the surface, I feel like, with a lot more to come. So I'm super excited to continue. With Ships of Marrier is all of Arc 2, and then I got the first couple of books of Arc 3, Alliance of Light, and I cannot wait to get those as well. Then speaking of really chunky hardcovers, so my Half Price Books has had this copy of Stone of Farewell by Tad Williams for quite some time. I didn't get it because I almost did before I had all the books, and I didn't get it because I figured it would be really hard to find the others and find them at a good price, and so I was going to be too tempted. I really love this cover though, and we did a thing in Discord about book covers, and some people actually said they really don't like this, but I love this cover for whatever reason. And the back is beautiful as well, good old Michael Whelan. And so I resisted for so long with getting this. Then I was there, and they also had Two Green Angel Tower in hardcover. And this also with, I like, this is probably, I guess, I like the other covers I think more, but I also still really like this as well. And just like, this is also in pretty good condition as well, and so to find this, I could not resist getting this. Now the problem is the Dragon Bone chair is the hardest and the most expensive to find, and I don't know if I'll be able to find it, but I could not resist. So those are now my double copies, because as you can see I have these paperback copies, which I do like these too. They're nice copies, but I will probably be working on tracking down a good condition hardcover of the Dragon Bone chair, because I'd probably end up like keeping these ones, but they're beautiful. I couldn't resist. Probably shouldn't have gotten it, but I did. So maybe I'll get lucky and just stumble into a Dragon Bone chair as well. And then a couple of review copies I was sent, including the first one, which is The Eye of the Storm, and this is by James Hughes. And this one is YA, which is not something I read a ton of, but I mean, you can already tell if you've seen my channel why I'm interested in this. You have an Ankylosaurus on the top. Something I noticed flipping through, it starts with a glossary of dinosaurs, and like, come on, like, glossary of dinosaurs. So I'm really interested to see how I feel about this. Hoping to like it, but I'm pretty sold when it comes to dinosaurs, so it was really not a hard sell to get me to pick it up. And then the next one is The Legend of Blackjack by A.R. Witham. So this I've been hearing a lot of buzz about. A.R. is in our Discord as well, so seen him around, chat a little bit there. I saw the live show, which I'll link below, that he did with Andrew, and I just like it seemed like such a blast, and so I was really excited for this one as well. I've been hearing a ton of good things. This one I think is supposed to read a little bit young as well, but it's supposed to be just great. A lot of people have said this is one of their favorite books of the year so far, so I'm very, very excited for it. So this is... I'll read a little bit about it since I've just been saying the things I've heard, but Jack Swift can tell you every element on the periodic table, recite Treasure Island verbatim, and would remember in perfect detail every word you'd ever say to him. He has been alone for a long time, so he has buried himself in books, using them to plan his escape. But no textbook can ever prepare him for the land of Keymark. And so, basically, it sounds like he gets kidnapped and taken to another existence, and then has to try to become like a hero or a legend, and sounds pretty cool. Like I said, I've heard really, really good things about this, and so when people I really like on BookTube and have similar opinions to are giving something a lot of praise, that's always going to make me want to get it. So the author was nice enough to send me that copy as well. I'm really excited to get to that also. So then we got some mix here, which I think the next chunk is from Book Outlet. And then I have the Body Snatchers by Jack Finney, which is one of these sci-fi masterworks. I have collected several of these now because I keep seeing them either on Book Outlet or at Half Price Books. So I don't know if they're just printing a lot of these and there's a lot to go around, but I've gotten so many of them cheaply. I don't really know actually anything about this, but I thought the cover was cool, and I've been trying to try out more sci-fi, and I've liked the mix of doing some classic sci-fi and modern sci-fi as well. So I thought this would be interesting. Let me know if you've read this, because I'm really curious to know more. But especially with these two, I don't usually read a lot about books. I like to go in blind, and so I'll be interested to see how that one turns out. Then I grabbed Circe by Madeline Miller. So this is also, I think, like a YA one, and it's like a Greek tragedy retelling. Doesn't it all sound like something that I would normally read? But I know a lot of people have said that this is really, really good. And this is one of those things I needed for free shipping. It's also very shiny. So I figured I would give this a shot at some point. It's not a terribly long book, and I figured it would be a good thing to try just because I know a lot of people really like this. And I try to give some YA stuff a shot sometimes because I know I tend to just stay away from it. But there is good stuff out there. Not all of it's the bad YA. There's just a lot of bad YA, unfortunately. Then adding to, which this is way bigger than I thought it would be, adding to the Neil Gaiman collection, I got the Neil Gaiman Reader, which is selected fiction. This apparently has like passages from several of his other books, which I've already read, but then it's got a bunch of other stuff as well. And this is just, once again, another thing I got off Book Outlet. I've really enjoyed reading Neil Gaiman for the most part, so it'll be interesting to give some more try there. Then, I'd seen this before, but I thought it'd be interesting to try, is the Willful Child by Steven Erikson. Yes, that's Steven Erikson, author of Malazan, Book of the Fallen. And this is his... I don't know if there are others in this, but this is a sci-fi book he did. It does appear that there is at least one other book, but I figured I'd give it a shot. I found it on Book Outlet, and it'll be interesting to see how he does sci-fi. And once again, I'm trying to try some more sci-fi as well. But so this should be really, really interesting. And then, this is actually one of the things that prompted the order, is The God Is Not Willing by also Steven Erikson. So this is the first, it's the Tale of the Witness, it says, but this is the first book in the Karsa Orlon after trilogy, and that was one of the stories that doesn't get wrapped up in the main 10 books that I was always the most curious about. So I actually remember this was on NetGalley, and I requested it, and I got denied. So when I found it on Book Outlet, I'm like, I'll finally get it. It's also got a little Canadian sticker on it as well. So I'm aware he's Canadian, but yeah, there we go. Anyway, so grabbed it there, and be interested to see. I don't know when I'll get to that. It's been a long time since I've read Malazan, and I still remember a lot about that storyline anyway. But one of those things, I always debate whether I should go back and reread first before I continue with the other books that he's written, and I still haven't really read the other ones that, what's his face? Ian C. Esselmont. There's not even a book over there. They're over there. Ian C. Esselmont. I haven't read his stuff either, but I figured I'd give it a shot. So, anyway, moving on to the next one, we have The Gutter Prayer by Gareth Hanrahan, who has a really fun last name to say. This, I remember very little about it, but I specifically remember Andrew talking about not only the book, but the cover, and I just saw it and I heard in my head, the blue, the black, the gutter. It does have a very pretty cover as well, and I saw this at Half Price Books, and I just grabbed it. I don't even need to know anything more. One of those things, usually when Andrew really likes a book and talks about it, it's something I'm going to eventually end up trying, so I went to get it there. So this, the blurb here: enter a city of saints and thieves. The city of Guerdon stands eternal, a refuge from the war that rages beyond its borders. But in the ancient tunnels deep beneath its streets, a malevolent power has begun to stir. The fate of the city rests in the hands of 3 thieves. They alone stand against the coming darkness. As conspiracies unfold and secrets are revealed, their friendship will be tested to the limit. If they fail, all will be lost, and the streets of Guerdon will run with blood. So, sounds pretty cool. Excited to get to that one as well. And then Andrew also sent me a few books, which the Reborn Empire trilogy, which starts with We Ride the Storm, and then has We Lie with Death and We Cry for Blood. So I've heard a lot about this. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this is Asian-inspired fantasy, and I know a lot of people were big on this. There was a buddy read I was going to join for We Ride the Storm a while back, but I just didn't end up being able to fit it in, and so Andrew was nice enough to send me these copies he had. And so I'm pretty excited to get to it too. So this one is 17 years after rebels storm the streets, factions divide Kissia. Only the firm hand of the God Emperor holds the Empire together, but when a shocking betrayal destroys a tense alliance with the neighboring Chilte, all that has been won comes crashing down. In Kissia, Princess Miko Tsai, I'm going to pronounce that, is a prisoner in her own castle. She dreams of claiming her throne, but the path to power could rip the Empire and her family asunder. In Chilte, assassin Cassandra Marius is plagued by the voices of the dead. Desperate, she accepts a contract that promises her a cure if she helps an empire fall. And on the border between nations, Captain Ra Atoran and his warriors are exiles forced to fight in a foreign war or die. So, should be an interesting one. I think this is supposed to be pretty dark as well, but definitely we'll add that to the collection. He sent me a few series that I still need to get to, so why not add more to that list? And then he also sent me this lovely copy of Prelude Ashes by Tiago Abdallah, and this is the prequel to A Touch of Light, which I've been meaning to get to for some time, and so now that I have the prequel, and it's pretty short, it'll be easy for me to fit in. It'll be all the more reason for me to get into A Touch of Light as well, so I am excited for that. And then we've got a mix of the last couple of things I got from Half Price Books. So another one with a slight story. My Half Price Books has had the third book in, what series are you even? I've forgotten already. Whatever series the Steel Remains is. I think it's The Dark Defiles is book 3. They've had copies of The Dark Defiles, I'm going to say that confidently, book 3 of this series by Richard K. Morgan. Is it Land Fit for Heroes? Land Fit for Heroes, I think? That sounds right. Yeah. And they never had book 1, and they finally had book 1, The Steel Remains. So this has been on my list for a long time as one of the Grimdark series I want to read. So it's very easy to pick up. I also got the Fall of Babel, which is, I think, book 4? Yeah, book 4, I believe. In the Senlin Ascends series, which is the Books of Babel. And I have the first book. I don't have 2 or 3. I haven't read the first book yet. But you guys know me. I have a really bad habit of buying books out of order. So I grabbed this as well. And then I found this copy of Natural History of Dragons, which this I had remember hearing about, and it didn't really sound like it was something that was going to be super interesting me. It's called A Memoir by Lady Trent, and it's supposed to be somebody basically doing their memoir about dragons. Got pretty nice copy. It's got those, I don't remember the term for it, but the ruffled pages here. I ended up hearing from a lot of people in Discord that they actually really enjoyed this. So when I saw a copy, I figured I would grab it and give it a go. But this should be interesting. And granted, I like dragons, so this could be a really interesting, different type of take. And last but not least, on Prime Day, I found out they had some book deals really late into it, and so I really quickly bought a couple of things. I still have one coming because I bought Guns of the Dawn by Tchaikovsky, and that still has not come. It's supposed to be here sometime next month. I don't know what's going on with it, because that was really cheap. Then I bought Talendor's Guest by Charles McGarry. Had been on my wish list a long time, went really cheap. And I got this copy of the Skyward Flight novellas by Brandon Sanderson and Jancy Patterson, because I was not willing to pay full price for this. So it went on sale cheap, and now it can join the collection on the old shelf. And so those were the Prime Day things that I got. So that is my book haul. I can neither confirm nor deny if there's currently another order from Book Outlet that's on its way to my house. We'll have to see. But it's not a terrible book haul, but it is a pretty good sized one. And it had been a while since I'd done one, so I suppose I was due. I still need to get better about actually getting rid some stuff. I did like panic unhaul some books when I got more of these because I'm like, I need space, and so I definitely still need to make more space. But you know, hey, it's a lot of good books in there, so I'm good with it. I'm happy with it. Anyway, that is the haul. Make sure to give the video a like if you enjoyed it. Check the link in the description, as always, for the Wizardly Do It Discord. If you want to chat books, whether these books, other books, really anything at all, it's a lot of fun, and we would love to have you. And, of course, if you enjoy my content, make sure to subscribe.